Recently, there's been an outbreak of Ebola in Guinea. The disease made a leap from remote forested areas of the country to the capital, causing widespread fear. At the time of writing, there were 127 confirmed cases, 87 of whom had died. There are further cases outside Guinea in the neighbouring countries of Sierra Leone and Liberia. It's been described as an epidemic on a scale never seen before. But what the hell is it? The Ebola virus causes Ebola virus disease, or EVD. It's one of the most virulent diseases known to mankind. Ebola is actually a group of 5 viruses: Bundibugyo Ebola virus, Zaire, Reston, Sudan and Thai forest. The outbreak in Guinea is one of the most deadly forms, the Zaire strain. The Zaire strain can have a fatality rate of up to 90%. Ebola was first identified in 1976 with 2 outbreaks that happened at pretty much the same time. One was in Sudan and the other was in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The DRC outbreak happened near the Ebola River, which is where the disease gets its name. And the most deadly outbreak ever was also in DRC in 1995. That killed 254 people out of a total of 315 infected. That's an 81% mortality rate. Ebola is found in fruit bats, chimpanzees, gorillas, monkeys, forest antelope and porcupines, and it passes to humans through close contact with bodily fluids, blood, and the organs of those infected mammals. So one of the main ways that it's introduced to humans is by eating bushmeat, the meat of dead or already ill animals. It's then passed from human to human by direct contact with blood, secretions, organs and bodily fluid, through broken skin or mucous membranes. If a man is lucky enough to survive Ebola, he can still transmit the disease for up to 7 weeks afterwards through his semen. That's why the government in Guinea has warned people against having sex, kissing or even shaking hands at the moment. It can also be passed on via a dead body if mourners have contact with the deceased person. Healthcare workers are at particular risk because of their close contact with patients, and that's why the World Health Organization has sent 3.5 tons of protective materials out to Guinea, which includes biohazard suits, disinfectants and burial shrouds. Ebola first manifests itself with a sudden fever, weakness, muscular pains, headaches and sore throats. But that quickly worsens, with symptoms including vomiting, diarrhea, rash and impairment of kidney and liver function. In some cases, internal and external bleeding also occurs. It has an incubation period, that's the time between infection to the onset of symptoms, of just 2 to 21 days. Death is usually caused by multiple organ failure, shock or loss of blood, and happens soon after infection. There's currently no vaccine because it's not been a priority for drugs companies because it's rare and generally happens in remote parts of Africa. And if you want to have a discussion about the morals of that in the comments section, please do. But the US is funding the work on a vaccine because there is no natural human immunity, so it's on their list of potential bioterror agents. Now normally Ebola doesn't spread too far because it's found in very remote areas of Africa, so quarantining it is relatively easy. The speed with which it kills also limits the virus's ability to spread too far. But this outbreak in the capital of Guinea, and with the cross-border spread, has got medical experts worried. It's in a dense population area and has spread across the borders in a way that it never has done before. But it's unlikely to travel across continents. First of all, because quarantine procedures are really quite good these days, and partly because the symptoms develop so quickly that people are just too ill for plane travel. So those are just some of the facts about Ebola, and just in case there's a media frenzy about pandemics and everybody dying, there's a video over there that explains why that's very, very unlikely to happen and that you shouldn't fear anything at all. Bye-bye.